Hi there, I'm Melinda Doveston and welcome to the I Ching Cafe. As we look forward to the week of the 27th of May 2019, we ask the I Ching, what should we pay attention to or focus on in this week to maximize the opportunities of our growth and development? And we have an action-packed week that's going to be quite challenging for us. I promise you that whenever there are challenging things to talk about in the I Ching, obstacles we need to overcome, I will find my best possible way of sharing that with you in a way that gives us tools of how to deal with the stuff that comes to us. So let's get to the week ahead. We start off with the week with Hexagram 23, which is called stripping away. And if we take the energy of 18 for the month of May, which is getting the garden in order, pruning shears is a great way of understanding this idea of cutting away. Symbolically, the I Ching says what we're being asked to do is to cut away in this week all the things that are superfluous and not critical. Symbolically, this is like cutting away the flesh from the bone. Sorry to be graphic, but getting down to the bare bones of the situation, because all the coverings, all the outer adornments in the situation are actually creating a problem for us. And of course, as things go, if we don't cut away and remove the things that are not critical, if we don't get to the core of the issue and remove the excess, life will do it for us. So I'm of the view, let's rather be in charge of our destiny as much as possible. So this week, there are 3 changing lines. That means that as we cycle through each changing line this week, there's a lot of flick-flacks of change going on. We literally have 4 energy shifts throughout this week. So that's why I said right at the beginning, it's going to be a busy and interesting week because we are moving through the week with a lot of change. So our changing lines this week are in positions 2, 5, and 6. Changing lines are particular points of energy in a casting of a coin or in an I Ching question that have very, very bound up energy that wants to burst into its opposite, wants to shift the situation. And so when you look at the changing line sections of a hexagram, you'll see there's changing lines 1 to 6, and depending which ones we get for a question will be the particular points of change we're being asked to focus on. So let's go through these 3 points. There are 3 main factors, therefore, we have to bear in mind as we go through the week. The first is, as we start off the week, we are challenged to get to grips with some area of our support, our care, perhaps our income streams and our business and our personal life, the support structure, the bed that we rest upon, really starting to wobble, like those wobbly beds that need tightening up of the screws. So we are really challenged to strip away and get to the core of something around what is supporting us this week. Then we quickly move into the energy of a powerful connection that comes to help us in letting go of the past, because the stripping away is all about letting go of stuff that no longer serves us. And then while we wrap up towards the end of the week, the 3rd changing line really helps to celebrate the fact that we have now closed something off. We've cut away excess. We've made the difficult and challenging decision to cut away something, to strip away the things that no longer serve us this week. And then we round out to the end of the week to Hexagram 29, which is called the Abysmal. Now that sounds quite hectic, and it really is the energy of lots and lots of water. And what that means is that this hexagram, this state of change, says we're flowing along a river towards a waterfall. And there's nothing that we can do about this. We are going to go over the edge of this waterfall. What we have to master in this process is our fear, our anxiety, our emotions, and our desire to cling to a rock and throw out our ability to hold on to something to prevent going over the waterfall. And the waterfall represents going through a challenge, going through a chasm, a process, a journey where the best possible thing is to be like water, which is to flow through the obstacle, feel the fear, and do it anyway. As we go through the week, what we're being asked to do is we're going to be confronted by this precipice that we need to go over. And as we go over it, even if you're screaming your lungs out, it's about facing the fears, facing the emotion, facing the challenge, and just being like water and flowing over and through it and taking the risk anyway. So as we round that up, this week is action-packed. We are being challenged in our business to strip away stuff that is outmoded and to cut away excess. That might be a person in your team. That might be a project, a client, a process, or things that you've committed to do because you felt they were right at the time. Your personal life, what do you need to let go of this week? What is the thing that is forcing your support structure to collapse? And what can you do to cut that away? Remove excess. And as we head up to the end of the week, bear in mind that you have the opportunity to make a wonderful step forward in letting go of the old and being ready for this new thing that's wanting to birth into your life. But it requires us to go over the waterfall, to feel the fear and do it anyway, and just take the plunge and just go for it. So good luck with this hectic week. It's going to be busy. It's going to be action-packed, but just go for it. Remember too that if you'd like to receive our weekly and monthly updates as they go live, to subscribe and of course share. If there's someone that you know who's going through a difficult time, who's needing some support, whether it's in their business, in their personal life or relationships, please feel free to share on the link to this episode. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.